Stop scrolling. Imagine getting over 400,000 impressions, 17,000 engagements, and over 4,000 outbound clicks on Pinterest in just 60 days. Sounds impossible? It's not. And today I'm going to show you undeniable proof. Now in this video, I'm going to show you the exact niche that's driving this insane growth, the top pins I use, and the proven design and keyword strategy behind all of it. Now remember, these aren't outdated tactics. This is what I'm using right now today to make serious money on Pinterest. So stick around, because by the end, you'll know the 5-step system to literally blow up your Pinterest traffic fast. No more talking, let's dive in. Okay, so I am super excited today. I have quite a lot to share with you, and I want to make sure that I compact it into this really smart and easy to watch video. So this is a new account that I've started, and you can see the impressions here. These are over 3,000 from the time I first started it, around 60 days ago. We've got engagements up by around 3,000% as well. We've got outbound clicks at 4,000, which means roughly we're looking at around 100 to 200 outbound clicks per day. We'll check that in a second. We've got saves up by just a mind-boggling 15,000%, and total audience at 5,000 to 4,000%, and engaged audience at around 6,000%. Etc, etc. The point I'm trying to make is this account is new, so our metrics are just rising and rising every single day. Now, as you can see, I opened the account up sometime in December and kind of just started to get the account seeded. So I put a few things on a few boards and I added a few pins here and there, but nothing significant happened because for the first week or so, I just seeded the account with general content in the niche area. So think about this. This one was fashion based, so things around fashion. I joined a few group boards and just opened the account, so that way Pinterest can see that it's opened and it's a fresh account, but I'm still using it. Also, in the first week or so, I converted it into a business account, so I have access to all the analytics. I claimed the website, I claimed the domain, so now I am full in business mode. Now, over the last 60 days, this is where you can see the insane growth has happened. So from probably the middle of January, that's when I actually started to pin around 5 pins per day. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact pins I've used, my keyword strategy, and all of the metrics that you need to create and grow your own Pinterest account, build a business, build revenue, and make income online. Now, just to be super transparent, this is an outbound click metric ratio. So as you can see, it was pretty low for the first week or so, probably the first 2 to 3 weeks at around 4, 5, or 6 outbound clicks per day, which is super normal because Pinterest is trying to figure out the algorithm, figure out your account, and understand what you're pinning for. Now, probably around the middle of February, it started to get up to around 100 or so clicks per day. And from the beginning of March onwards, it has pretty much got insane because we're at around 150 to almost 200 clicks per day. And then we probably went over the 200 mark just a few days ago. So if you are interested and you really want to understand how I'm able to do this from scratch and how I've managed to grow this account by not doing as much as you think, watch this video right to the very end, and I'll show you exactly how I do it and give you the opportunity to work with me too. So here are the 5 steps that I've used to get massive traffic on Pinterest from a brand new account. Anyone can do this, including you. I've shown you proof, okay? That is proof from my account I've just used. That is my own account. It's a fresh account. It's strategies that I've been using for a very long time, but I just wanted to show people, especially someone that's come into Pinterest for the very first time, that you can start up a new account, you can get massive clicks and massive impressions, and you can build a business with just a few months' notice if you have the right strategies. And today I'm going to show you the right strategies. So my 5-step process, very simple to follow. You'll see in this video, I'm going to lay it out pretty much from step 1, step 2, step 2, step 3. I'm going to hold your hand through the entire process. And of course, if you are enjoying the content on this video, please subscribe, because I give so much free content out to people and I really want to provide value to you because your time is super valuable. So here is the 5-step process. First off, you're going to have to pick a very high traffic niche. Now, if you have your own Pinterest account already, that's fine. If you are starting from new, then I would suggest a few high traffic niches to start off with. And I'll give you the one that you've seen in that proof shot that's kind of spiraled out of control in terms of the traffic and the outbound clicks. After that, you want to do smart keyword research, okay? It's not just any keyword research. You don't just want to guess and do things that you think will work on your Pinterest account. You need to do smart keyword research, and I'm going to show you how to do that in today's video. Next, you want to create high quality pins. Make sure your pins are of the highest quality if possible, and look at your competition research to find out what they've done, and you can probably copy and mimic their styles. Lastly, you need a consistent scheduling pin tool. You can do it yourself or you can use tools. I'll show you both. But the most important thing is that it's consistent, so you have a set schedule every single day, you never miss it. And lastly, one thing I don't see many people talking about is you do need to test, okay? You need to test ideas, you need to test pin designs, you need to test colors, you need to test different keywords, you need to test everything basically. In the first 3 months, you should be testing and pinning at a very high ratio, and then once you figured out what's working, you just double down on what's working, see massive spikes and clicks, and then repeat the process again, okay? Super repeatable, very scalable. Let me show you exactly how to do it now. Quick pause. If you are enjoying the content and you really want to unlock the next level of success with Pinterest, then I urge you to sign up to my newsletter. I'm sharing the best tips, the most up-to-date tips, things that are working for me in 2025 in detail with step-by-steps of exactly how I am growing my Pinterest accounts. across my several accounts, plus all my agency accounts. Plus, I have around 20 or so blueprints that give you the step-by-step methods of how I scale out accounts up to $10,000 with no jargon or fluff, just exactly what I do and all the tools I use to scale up my Pinterest accounts. If you're interested, this is all 100% free, so please sign up with the link below this video. Let's carry on. So step one, how do we pick a high traffic niche? The first thing I would recommend you do is pop over to Pinterest. So this is my case study account. This is the Tooltrip account. It's not the same account that I've used for that massive case study. This is a older account. So this account has roughly 3, 4, maybe 5 months of worth of data. So as you can see, this one started probably the beginning of, let's go back around 90 days. This one has more than 90 days of data. So I probably started it in and around October of last year. So you can see we're getting crazy impressions out of this account, but this is just my case study account, okay? So this is a separate account to the one I just showed you. So once you're inside Pinterest, go over to the Pinterest Trends tool here. And you want to scroll down in Pinterest Trends. Now, when I am looking to start up a new account, if I want to get really high clicks and I want to get fantastic outbound clicks and impressions from day one, I only look at the keywords with the highest trends, okay? Now, the highest trends will be here in the growing trends section. Sometimes you'll find them in the monthly trends too, which is super cool. You can see monthly trends here. And then I just pick niches that Pinterest have showed me has a massive amount of clicks, a massive amount of eyeballs, a massive amount of interest, okay? So for example, as you can see here, nails, outfit ideas, hairstyle ideas, dinner ideas, tattoo ideas, wallpapers, etc. They do really well, okay? So fashion is the biggest niche on Pinterest. Just to provide some more context, this particular example that I've shared in this video, the one with nearly 500,000 impressions in the first 60 days, this is a fashion niche. And I'm going to show you the exact keywords I've used for this particular account. So step one, I went into the keyword tool in Pinterest and I've looked at some of the potential trends. Now, what I want really is I want some of the growing trends, because to get those amount of clicks and those amount of impressions, you need to piggyback off of the viral impressions and the viral surge and volume that Pinterest is showing you, dependent on the time. So for example, we are coming into spring, so let's open up spring nails, okay? We've just come out of March, so we're going to open up March nails here, as you can see here. Maybe St. Patrick's Day nails will work quite well. We're going to hit cherry nail inspiration, and we're going to look at some of these pins and some of these designs and some of these interests, okay? Now, these are the interests of this keyword, spring nails. As you can imagine, spring nails is going to peak around spring. Maybe we'll have some type of interest in summer, winter, fall. No one cares about spring nails, okay? So what you need to understand is the keyword will tell you where the volume is going to be. Now, in Pinterest Trends, we'll see interest over time. We'll see a predicting tool where it will show you a rough prediction of what the trends are going to continue to be. So if you are able to rank for this particular keyword, then you are going to see spikes from the beginning of February up to March, going into April, and then probably coming down a little bit by the end of April. But that's okay for me, because what I tend to do for my new accounts, and if I want to blow up an account, as you've seen in today's example, is I would just go for viral keywords, okay? So we'll go for spring nails now, and then maybe next month we'll go for nails that are peaking in April. Then we'll may go for some type of keyword or idea peaking in summer, so June and July. And we'll just continue to have those kind of viral hits in that account, and we'll see this massive explosion of traffic. So let's open up some of these nails here. This is one of high traffic niche. We've got March nails here. As you can imagine, there's only really volume in March for March nails, because women are looking on Pinterest specifically for March. We'll open up some of these pins too. And our last keyword is cherry nails inspiration. Again, we've looked at the tool. We know that it's super trending at the moment. We know there's loads of volume, and we're going to open up some of the keywords for cherry nail inspiration too. Now, I want to just make a small caveat for all you men out there that are watching this video. Of course, I don't really know anything about nails, as you can imagine, but I do know about trends, and I do understand where eyeballs are, and I am trying to build a business and monetize where the trends are. So if you're a guy and you have no understanding or really interest in these type of fashion areas, that's fine. You can either hire a VA, hire a team that understands this, and they can do the research for you, or you can maybe ask some of your relatives, female friends, wife, colleagues, etc., for them to give you some inspiration, or you can just look at the tools that I'm going to show you today, do the maths, and then work in areas where there are eyeballs, and just build a business in that frame. On the split side, if you are a woman and you're watching this, you are already kind of ahead, because as I mentioned before, the fashion niche is massive. So choosing any area in the fashion niche as a woman, you just kind of get it anyway. So you're probably slightly ahead of everyone watching this video. So let's continue. So as you can see, these are some of the really cool pins that are doing well for this particular keyword. Lots of cherry inspiration, lots of really cool graphics, as you can see here. And again, same thing for March nails. These are, again, trending at the moment. I'm going to show you how to create some of these pins in a second with a few tools and I think a few AI tools that I'd recommend. So we'll wait for that particular point in the video for me to get into exactly how to create these pins. But for now, I just want to show you what the pins look like and how you are going to be clicking and opening a few of these, looking at your competition and looking at some of the keyword research that you've been using on Pinterest, and really just getting an understanding of what the market looks for and what your pin should probably look like if you're looking to compete in this space. Now, just a quick note, I've made an entire blog post on all of the ins and outs of this particular strategy. So how to explode traffic by over nearly 3,000% using viral trends. And in this video, I'm explaining how to do it in a fashion niche, but you can use this in pretty much any area where there's viral impressions and viral eyeballs, and anything that has a seasonal spike, you can use this blueprint. I will leave a link to this blueprint in the description underneath this video. Click on this link if you want to see and kind of read and understand exactly how I do it. With lots of screenshots and images. So in that way, you don't just have the video proof, you also can go through it and read it at your own pace, understand it and apply it, so you can really benefit from exactly what I'm talking about. If that makes sense to you, I will leave a link below this video. Check it out. It's 100% free. Let's carry on today's video. So we've done the research. We know that what's trending in spring, especially in the fashion niche, is going to be nails. Okay, we've looked into Pinterest trends and we can see there are some fantastic demand for these type of pins. And we know that if we create them, we're going to see traffic. Now, one other tool that I'd recommend you check out specifically for keyword research on Pinterest is a tool called Pinclicks. Now, Pinclicks is probably a tool I've been using for around 6 months or so. And I use it a lot more than Pinterest trends, because it has so much more data on it, and specifically it gives you volume data. I'm going to log in now into my account and show you why I think it's the best Pinterest and research tool in the market. But I recommend you check it out. There's a free trial link below this video. Feel free to check it out. I'll show you the account now. Okay, so I'm inside Pinclicks here. Now, Pinclicks has a lot of tools that you can use on the side here, and I'll probably go into a few of these in another video. But for right now, I just want to show you the keyword research data for any of the trending seasonality spikes in keywords that we found on Pinterest. So we're going to put in nails here and we're going to hit enter. Now on the side here, there's filters. You can usually use these filters to filter down into any of the different niches that you would like, but also you can just put in a keyword here and it will give you pretty much any keyword on Pinterest that has that sub keyword inside of it. So for us, the main keyword is going to be nails, and then we're going to take a look at the volume data here. Now, as you can see, the monthly sessions or the monthly impressions, should I say, for the keyword nails is just ridiculous, almost 50 million. This is what I was talking about. If you find an area where there are lots of eyeballs, you don't really have to second guess yourself, because you know there's more than enough eyeballs there. The only thing you need to do is do smart research to find areas and keywords that aren't as competitive as some of the main ones. So for example, all of the keywords probably on page 1 and page 2, they're in the millions. And we don't really want to be competing against other people in the millions for many, many reasons. But mainly because if your account's new and it's still trying to rank in the Pinterest algorithm, you want to just seed it with smart keywords that aren't as competitive, so Pinterest understands and can see what your account's about. And then you slowly build up to these kind of millions and millions of views and impressions over many, many months. So we'll go over to page 2. And then what I usually use for new accounts is I usually use something in the range of around 100,000 to 200,000 in terms of the monthly views. And I will go through each keyword. So somewhere in this range, probably just under 1,000, we'll go to the next page. And so I'll go through this range here. I'll pretty much go through every single keyword. And what's cool about Pinclicks is you can go to the top here and you can press export, and you can get a CSV and download and get data for all the keywords that you've selected. And then you can go through each keyword. And what I tend to do is I'll put it into ChatGPT or any AI tool, and I'll say, take a list of these 100 keywords. Which one is relevant for Pinterest? Which ones are relevant for the spring nails niche? And give me the output of around 20 or 25 that I can use right now in my Pinterest campaign. So for example, let's say one of the keywords that we're going to use is bright summer nails. We'll open up the keyword here, and maybe even on Pinterest. And then we'll look at some of the related interests, and we can also get to see our competition research. Now, this is the best part of Pinclicks, and this is why I'd recommend that you check it out. There's a link below this video. It's a free trial, so for sure check it out. But you get to see what's working and the top 10 or 15 or so pins within your particular keyword. So if you know that the keyword is trending because you've seen it on Pinterest trends, you know that the keyword has lots of volume because you can see it right here, over nearly 300,000 monthly views for this keyword. You know that it's seasonal, so there's going to be a viral spike. This particular keyword is bright summer nails. And then you also have the top 10 or so pins. So you can see the exact type of pins that you need or is working for this particular keyword. Then you have the entire strategy. So for example here, if I was going to create this particular pin, I would create something where I'd create something with had similar colors. As you can see, these kind of pink and yellowish nails pointing downwards look really, really well. This has been created some point last year. It can give you some information on comments too. And as you can see, it's got a ton of saves. So I would probably send this to my team, or as I'm going to show you right now, as I would create a pin using a specific tool, and I would give it some of the context of what's working for this keyword. And that is a bulletproof and a no holds bar strategy that I would use across my account. And this is how you see those kind of massive spikes, okay? Smart keyword research, using the right tools, free and paid tools, to see massive spikes in your traffic and massive outbound clicks, and of course, increase revenue. So we have completed step 1 and step 2, and we're going to go on to step 3 now, which is to create high quality pins. Now, if you're getting value from this video, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Plus, I generally want to give people value, show them how to build an income, and show them how to utilize Pinterest to get more traffic and more revenue in the long term. So if that makes sense to you and you're getting value from this video, please subscribe. Okay, so we are going to create high quality pins. Now, there are many ways that you can create pins. So I'm going to show you a free way to use it. I'm also going to give you a really strategic and quite very affordable paid way to do it. And I'm also going to give you some general tips that I use when I'm creating my images, especially if it's a sophisticated niche like maybe nails or fashion, etc. So the first place that I would go, and I still use this right now, is I'll go into Canva, as you can see here, and I'll type in Pinterest templates. I'll hit enter. Or you can also type in pin templates as well, actually. So we'll type in pin templates, hit enter. And then you can use, if you've got a paid account, you can use some of the premium ones. You can see the ones with the little crowns on it. If you've got a free account, like I have at the moment, you can just use some of the ones that are free. So we're going to type in pin templates, and we'll type in fashion as well, actually. Let's see if that makes a difference. You can maybe type in a sub niche as well. Sometimes you'll get slightly better pin templates for those particular types of keywords. And we'll go in, let's say we was going to use this one. This is actually a paid one, but I still found one that's not paid. So we'll click on this one right here. We can customize this template on the side here. Now what we're going to do is we can play around with the colors and also the styles, but for now we're going to take away this image. And we're going to go to a tool called Pixabay. This is a royalty-free and free image tool that you can use, which has, as I mentioned, lots and lots of free images for you to use without having to pay anything. We'll click on this particular one here, like this red one. We'll download this image. And then we'll drag the image into here. You can move the image around a little bit. You can make it bigger and smaller. Generally, you want to find something that looks more like a competition. I'll make this a little bit bigger and probably put it down a little bit here. Let's see if we can get it to the top of the page. And then, of course, you want to add it in your pin title here. Of course, you want to add your domain at the bottom here too. And then generally, this is what a pin will look like if you're using Canva. Now, of course, there are lots of better templates that you can use. This is a super quick example that I've just wanted to show you right now. And you can create templates yourself. You can use the ones that are already on Canva itself. And then once you found out a template that works really well for you, you just kind of change the numbers. You can, of course, change the keywords and change the image. And then you have a general kind of default template to use. Now, I do like Canva, but if I'm being super honest, for me, it takes quite long to kind of organize the entire Canva templates. So I prefer to utilize a tool like this, which is AI based. And I'm going to go into this tool now. And this is a tool called Content Goblin. I've been using it for probably around 4 months. It's fantastic. It's super affordable. I would 1000% recommend that you check it out. It has a free trial now as well, actually. So check out the links below this video if that makes sense for you. Let's log into my account now. So we're inside of Content Goblin. You go to pin generator on the side here. And then I'm going to add in my title. We're going to put in 15 cherry nail inspo ideas. We can add additional prompts for the image. So as I mentioned before, we saw in our competition that the nail designs that were doing well were kind of nail designs that are pointing down. So we can maybe put pointing down nail designs, stylish, fashionable, and also at home. So it looks more realistic. We can add our domain here, .com or whatever your domain is going to be. And then this is the important point. So you can change the style, okay, between a few of the style types here. I'm going to use color. Actually, I'm going to use general here and see what happens. We're going to generate one pin and then we'll see if we like it. If we do, fantastic, we can use it. If not, we can generate another one. Okay, so it's done. I do like the look of this. I think that potentially the arm looks a little bit off, so potentially we can change that. I'm going to add in one called with collage. Let's see what that looks like. We'll hit generate. And I'll add 2 pins in here. Now, I don't really like this one. I think this, for some reason, it's picked up cherry as the main keyword. This one looks better. We'll do a few more. We'll do one with realistic, and we'll add 2, and then we'll do one with John Style to see what they look like. I do think the general one probably so far looks the best. Okay, so these are looking slightly better now. Now, we can probably add more things into the prompt, so maybe say something like add it in thumbs as well, but I do think the 4 fingers look quite well. If we look at a competition for this keyword, so let's take a look at Pinterest. So this is the general page for cherry nails inspiration ideas. So these look pretty good. Let's take a look at our ones now to see what the difference is. So I do think generally they kind of work. This one probably doesn't work very well, but these 3 work quite well. Maybe we could change the prompt a little bit to say make the nails slightly redder. But the point is we've created these pins in seconds. They look very, very, very high quality. And we can go ahead and use these pins without any royalty issues. And the tool that generated these with Content Goblin is super, super affordable. So this is definitely a place that I'd recommend that you check out. Of course, definitely use things like Canva. And also you can actually use stock image companies too to make things a little bit easier. So one of the companies I've used in the past is called Shutterstock. There are loads of different ones. I think there's one called iStock. There's one called Invator as well. So I'll include a few links below. But you want to just add in the keyword here, and then you can scroll through these to find nails that are realistic and are relevant to your keyword. So for example, this one. And remember, with Pinterest, you don't always have to have text. Okay, so many times, especially in the fashion niche and in the high quality image niches, the audience just wants to see an image, and then they'll save that image to their board, for example, and then they'll go to the next one, save that image to their board, and they're just kind of looking for ideas. So an image by itself without any text does perform very, very well, especially on Pinterest. So if you do have the budget and you want to go down the premium route for when it comes to images, feel free to check out some of these sites as well. Now, back into our blueprint, we are on step 4. Now, I think the most important part of this process, once you've got the keyword research, you've got the niche, and you've got your high quality pins out of the way, is to pin consistently. Okay, it's super, super important. Now, if you have a new account, I would recommend going from anywhere between 0 to 5 for the first 3 weeks or so, 21 days. You don't have to do exactly 5 pins per day because maybe that's too much for you. You can do 1 to up to 5, so anywhere in that range will be perfect. From around 3 to 6 weeks, you should be doing 5 plus. So somewhere in the range of 5 to 8, that will work really, really well. And then by month 2, anywhere from 8 plus will do. Now, people ask me, especially my coaching clients, specifics on exactly how many pins per day. And I always say, let's look at your analytics, let's look at your impressions and see what's working quite well. So to bring you back to our example here, I was doing around 3 to 5 pins or so for the first 2 to 3 weeks, okay? As you can see, it kind of mirrors the amount of growth. And then as I started to see growth here, I went to around 6 plus pins. And then as it got to like the week 6, after looking at my analytics and seeing what's working and seeing what's not working, I stopped doing some of the pins that weren't working. So change the color schemes. I also changed the fonts of some of the Canva designs. I also went a bit more all in on some of the AI designs because they were doing really, really well. And that's where you start to see the spike because I've stopped doing what doesn't work and I started to increase what does work. And that's really, really important because you shouldn't consistently increase your pins if you're not seeing impressions and outbound clicks go up. If you are increasing your pins and the impressions are staying the same, then you probably need to check the quality of your pins and also maybe do some more competition research because you're not getting the amount of reach on Pinterest that you should be because usually your engagement's a little bit on the low side. So you want to schedule pins consistently and you only want to increase your pins if your outbound clicks and your impressions are going up, then your pins can go up as well, okay? That's super, super important. Now, as I mentioned, once you've done all of those things above, you are in a really, really good place and you should start to see some really, really good outbound clicks and impressions. And from that point onwards, you just go back into your analytics and test new things, double down on the things that work and probably stop doing some of the things that don't work and just continue to test. Now, if you do that on a month-to-month basis, you are going to see impressive and outstanding growth. And this is what I do on all my accounts, even the ones that I've had for over a year, 2 to 3 years, etc. I do the same process. Now, I really hope that's made sense in this video. Now, I hope that's made a lot of sense. It's been a bit of a detailed video. As you can see, the strategies work, as I've shown in this video. If you want to take your Pinterest campaigns to the next level, I do have an agency. But more specifically, I have a coaching service that you can see, and I'll leave the links below this video. The coaching service is extremely affordable and it's on a month-to-month basis, so there's nothing locked in, where you get access to me firsthand and I can specifically go into your campaigns and do this entire strategy, but on a very detailed basis to ensure and kind of guarantee that you see success across your Pinterest campaigns. I can even help you with keyword research. I can help you with optimizations. I can help you with pins. If that's interesting and if you've got value from this video, I'll leave a link below this video. As I mentioned, it's super affordable. But that's pretty much it from this video. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment sections below this video and I will see you in the next video. Take care.